Hello everyone and welcome back to another Grainman Travels Adventure, and today we're on another new mod map called Pyskowice. Now I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. I do believe it's Polish, but my Polish pronunciation isn't always amazing, so if that is incorrect I apologise. So it's actually a map that was released on the 19th of the 9th 2023, so yesterday. It's only on PC and Mac, so again not cross-platform compatible. It is on a version 1.0.0.0. It's 488.45 megabytes to download, and it's made by a map makers PBolek29 and Grzesiek2202. Now again, if those pronunciations are incorrect, I very much apologise. So let's run through some of the information off of Mod Hub. So welcome to Pyskowice. Hello everybody, the map was created based on the terrain of the Lower Silesian Volvo D-ship, specifically from the town of Pyskowice. The map is semi-fictional. The map includes one village, 146 fields including 4 meadows, there's a lot of fields, 2 designated spots for building farms, 2 forests, altered crop textures which really look nice actually. There's multi-terrain as well, which you can tell. The crop calendar has been changed because it says Polish sowing terms, so it's kind of the weather's been changed. Road traffic is on there as well. There's Polish license plates, there's a compressed silage pit, and there's new terrains as well, which you can actually tell when you fly about and have a look at the map. So I think what we'll do though, since we are getting quite far out and you can see some of these fields are quite big in size, we'll get our feet firmly back down on the ground and have a quick look at our starting equipment. As you can see, we don't start with an awful lot, but we start with some quite nice bits of equipment and some different bits of equipment as well. So first off, we start with 3 medium tractors. We start with the John Deere 4755 with 190 horsepower. We then start with the John Deere 7810 with 175 horsepower, and the Massey Ferguson MF 3670 with also 170 horsepower. So not a big difference there, but some nice tractors to start with. We've got the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H harvester. We've got the Lizard pickup from 1986 as well. We've got the Welger DK115 trailer with the front dolly, so my idea of completing it at hell parking. The Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090 header, the Rab EG3/9 2.5 meter cultivator, the Nordstein HK25 plus NS3030 seeder and power harrow, and finally just the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090 trailer. So just the header. Whoops, looks like I'm blocking everywhere. So in regards to starting farm, I'm going to run across the road. This is pretty much it, apart from you don't own the land. So this is all your starting equipment. So again, another map where we don't start with any real designated farm ourselves. So it's quite good for people who like to design their own farms though, I must admit. If we have a quick look at the map for what we own, and we actually own absolutely nothing. So we don't own any starting land at all. But as you can see, there's an awful lot of land to pick of different sizes, different shapes and sizes, and also quite long fields in some places as well. So definitely something to remember. Crop calendar wise, like it says in the description, the weather has been changed, or the planting season has been changed to match the region. So you can see you can put spring barley and spring wheat in as well actually for planting, so that kind of changes out of society, so it does probably mix it up a little bit in the game, which I don't think is a bad thing. Doesn't look like anything's been removed though, so that's good. Selling wise though, just a few points on this one is majority of the crops and productions and fruits you'll create can sell, but just be careful, it's mainly 2 places that they sell at. And there's a few things that don't sell at all, grapes, olives, etc. So you just be a bit careful. Cotton doesn't either, sugarcane. So just have a look before you then start going down a certain route on the game, because you might find that certain things don't sell at all, i.e. silage. So that could be a bit of a problem. So you might want to put your own BGA in probably. But there's no customization in regards to other products and limes that you can create. You don't start with any animals, and I haven't seen any animal pens on the map. Contracts are, these are going to be a lot of them, but obviously they're going to be quite cheap, and the rewards are not going to be massively high because the fields are quite small. Production chains, you don't start with any at all, but yeah, it's not a bad thing, because I think this map is massively geared towards Arable again. So if we have a quick look at the actual map itself on the PDA, so first off, as you can see, there's an awful lot of fields and forestry areas. So one thing to point out is, if you buy, I think it is the border areas, yes. So if you want to buy the border areas, which encompasses this massive amount of trees, etc., and all the land around it, it is going to cost you 7.6 million. Just something to be aware of. So that's just something to make sure you remember. So, but as you can see, the main village is here, where you kind of start there, and this is all the productions and sale points, and these two over here. So there's not that many, but as you can see, these main roads running here, a few track roads as well that run through the fields and around, etc. And most of the fields are off of the main roads and the main areas, so the road system's pretty simple and pretty easy to navigate. So not really an awful lot to run through in that respect. So if we have a quick look at the actual productions and sale points though, I'm not even going to pronounce that, but I think that's one of the main areas you can drop things off and sell things. There's your vehicle shop. Again, I'm not actually going to even try to pronounce any of these. Also, these are just places you can sell certain things, etc. And it looks like it's like a cooperative. I've seen this before on a couple of other maps. Some very nice placeables though. There's a cow shed there as well. I wonder if you buy this, if you can then, yeah, it looks like it. I wonder if you buy that as part of the 7.6 million. So this is the animal dealer actually. It's, yeah, okay. So obviously you've got places here to drop things off and pick things up. Some of the decorative bits are quite nice, and I must admit the multi-terrain texturing is also very nice as well, so that's quite nice to see. And got a really nice old C-tool there, lovely, for 715 tractor, can't fault that. Lots of nice areas though in regards to textured, and just some nice texturing with the different types of houses and collectibles and bits and bobs and decorative items. So I think that's something the modders should be pretty happy about. So if we run through anything else we can actually think about, that's cooperative there. Over here, can we pronounce any of these? No and no. Okay, good, going well. So let's jump ourselves back into our truck and go for a little bit of a drive. Let's have a quick look. Hopefully I probably won't crash on this, but more than likely I'm going to crash. So let's have a quick look. If we go right, I think, go down here. So, I mean, the map does kind of, it doesn't fully remind me of Asada, but the way that obviously it's mainly concentrating on Arable and the field layouts and bits and bobs is very kind of Asada-ish. But this is definitely not a flat map. It's got some nice contouring undulations. Like I said, I've got some nice texturing though, and some of the crop textures are also very nice. So I must admit, the road is pretty good. It's got a bit of an edge to it, but apart from that, it's nice. It's good width as well, so you should be able to get some big equipment down. So one thing I will say is I think the background image that's on the edge of the map is actually quite nice, and it really suits the map itself. It looks pretty in keeping as well with the way the fields are and the way the trees are all laid out and bits and bobs. Obviously you can see there's traffic. Let's see if we can overtake this guy before the other one. Just made that. That could have been pretty cosmic as always. Let's have a quick look at some of the crop textures. That might be a custom one. That one too. This one definitely looks more customized. It looks drier than a normal cloud texture. And that's definitely, what's that, canola? That's definitely a custom texture, I'm sure of that. So yeah, that looks more, is that really canola? That looks more like, yeah, that would work actually. I think that probably looks right for canola or oilseed rape. I don't think anything else has been changed. Have these been changed? Another canola field. Every field I'm picking at the moment is canola. This one is a wheat field. So yeah, definitely the custom textures and crop types do look quite nice though. Mix it up a little bit. Probably a little bit dark, but apart from that, they do add a nice feature to the map. So if we have a quick look at our field prices, so if we wanted to buy a bit of area to build a farm, we got here 31, 50, that's the whole part of the map, 88, okay, bit of arable then, 17 is 49,000, 79,000, 62,000, meadow grass 72, 38 for there, 37 for there, 92, 255. So if I look down here, some of the bigger fields, 503, 444. Some of these really long ones, long thin ones, 59, 72. But obviously, if you bought these together, you could probably make these into a bigger field anyway. So that's not a bad thing. 54, 138. Biggest field on the map. Thinking maybe 145 or 30. Yeah, 145 so far, 533. So not the cheapest, but not too bad. 503, no, 444. Yeah, I would say the field prices are not too bad. They're quite expensive in places, and obviously starting off with no field at all when you start the game is going to be a bit of a challenge for everybody. But generally though, I think I quite like this map as just a base European-based arable farm, and we could get some probably pretty big equipment as well. So hopefully though you have enjoyed this map tour. If you have, give it a like, subscribe to the Grainman channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Many thanks.